Good evening, fans of Heartland Championship Wrestling, and welcome to the September 2009 edition of HCW Shoutout. I am your host, the Professor, and I am pleased to bring you this special preview show as we prepare for Heartland Havoc 29, Capital City Combat. Havoc 29 will be coming to you live from Frankfort, Kentucky, this Sunday night, September 20th. The feature match at Capital City Combat will be a spectacular 8-man Money in the Bank ladder match. The Combat Championship belt will be suspended above the ring, and the first man to climb the ladder and retrieve the belt will be declared the champion. We have a very diverse but very exciting group of competitors who have qualified for that match, including the dynamic Rob Van Dam, the popular and athletic Eddie Guerrero, the flamboyant and controversial Eddie Gilbert, the former Heartland heavyweight champion Ray the Crippler Stevens, the dangerous eliminator John Cronus, the enigmatic man from The Awakening simply known as M, another enigmatic and bizarre individual Ultra Mantis Black, and the powerful shooter Brent Albright. Folks, this promises to be an exciting and unpredictable contest. You won't want to miss it. Also on the card Sunday night, we'll see a rematch for the Heartland Tag Team Championship as the former champions Larry Zbyszko and Ox Baker attempt to regain the belts from the team called Lunacy Unlimited, Delirious, and the Necro Butcher. The lovable lunatics dethroned Heenan's men earlier this month, and Zbyszko and Baker are desperate to regain those titles and return to the top of the tag team division. The Heenan family has dominated the tag team ranks for most of 2009, and they will do whatever it takes to recapture the glory. But Delirious and Necro are two crazy, I dare say psychotic individuals who take a step back from no one. So when these two teams knock heads, anything can happen. We'll also see two of the newly signed HCW tag teams vying for the #1 contender spot and a shot at the Heartland tag team titles. The powerful Destruction Crew, Wayne the Train Bloom and Mean Mike Enos, will square off with the dangerous duo known as Bad Company, Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka. Both these teams are ruthless, both these teams are devious, and both these teams are well-coordinated units who are craving the opportunity to step up to the next level and take their shot at Heartland Gold. Havoc 29 will also be the scene of a heated confrontation that could turn ugly when all is said and done. The hatred between the massive Vader and his nemesis Eddie Gilbert started with Vader's very first Heartland match. Fans were anticipating a decisive win for Vader against the undersized Gilbert, but Eddie had other ideas, and he shocked the Heartland when he blasted Vader with a fireball and pinned him for a clean victory. Eddie managed to repeat the improbable feat in a return match, and since that time, Vader has pursued him with murderous rage. The big man nearly tore the head off Gilbert's friend Tommy Rich, but Eddie returned the favor and let fly with another fireball to lay waste to Vader's hired gun, Ken Patera. This past Wednesday night on Warfare, the situation reached a boiling point when Vader perpetuated a heinous attack on our own lovely Velvet Sky. Fortunately for Velvet, Gilbert, Rich, and B.G. James came to the rescue, prompting Heartland General Manager Daytondave to book a handicap match at Heartland Havoc. In one corner will be the Dixie Boys trio of Eddie Gilbert, Tommy Rich, and B.G. James. In the opposite corner, Vader will be accompanied by a tag team partner whose identity is yet to be revealed. Who will Vader's mystery ally be? Will the two men be able to withstand 3 of the Dixie Boys? Will anyone survive this explosive grudge match? This Sunday night, you will definitely want to be on hand for the collision between these dangerous forces. Another bizarre and violent situation will come to a head at Capital City Combat in a triple threat match. The man at the center of this conflict is the diabolical Jimmy Jacobs. Jacobs has been embroiled in a love-hate relationship with his former mentor, Kevin Sullivan, ever since Jacobs defeated Sullivan in a steel cage match. The animosity between these two men has continued to fester. Jacobs has also asserted himself as a mentor to the man formerly known as Kip James. But since coming under the tutelage of Jimmy Jacobs, Kip has been brainwashed and stripped of his identity, and now is referred to simply as M. M has been very protective of Jacobs, but recently Jimmy has been mistreating him, and at times it has appeared that M may be inclined to fight back. The tension between these three men makes this bizarre situation totally unpredictable. When M, Jacobs, and Sullivan all hit the ring this Sunday, I fear for the future of all three of them. And finally, fans, Havoc 29 will mark the return to action of one of the brightest stars in all of the Heartland. Austin Idol set the Federation on fire when he arrived in HCW. He tore through the Heartland Championship qualifiers and stormed into the Elite Eight, where he defeated Bradshaw. But in a fit of jealous rage, Bradshaw attacked Idol with a steel chair and severely injured his ribs. Idol has been out of action since that incident, but he is coming back at Havoc, and his sights are set on the man who put him on the shelf. So, fans, that's our lineup for Heartland Havoc 29 Capital City Combat. Austin Idol returning to action with revenge on his mind against the man who inflicted those broken ribs, Bradshaw. Triple threat chaos when members of the Awakening, Jimmy Jacobs, M, and Kevin Sullivan seek to settle their issues once and for all. Big Van Vader continues his pursuit of the elusive Eddie Gilbert. No one knows the identity of Vader's mystery partner, but Gilbert and his Dixie Boys will be ready to withstand another onslaught in this handicap grudge match. The Heartland Tag Team titles will be on the line when the new champions, Delirious and the Necro Butcher, defend their belts against the former champions, Bobby Heenan's team of Ox Baker and Larry Zbyszko. The #1 contender spot in the tag team division will be decided when the devious team of Bad Company collides with the powerhouse duo, the Destruction Crew. And in the much-anticipated main event, the Combat Championship will be literally up for grabs. The belt will be suspended above the ring, and 8 men will be battling to be the first to climb the ladder and capture the title. An eclectic group of competitors have been assembled. Power for Brawlers, John Cronus, Ray Stevens, and Brent Albright. The enigmatic elements of Ultra Mantis Black and the man simply known as M. And of course, the flashy fan favorites, Eddie Guerrero, Eddie Gilbert, and Rob Van Dam. Who will emerge victorious? Tune in on Sunday night and see for yourself. Fans, you will not want to miss the Heartland Havoc 29 Capital City Combat this Sunday night, September 20th, live from Frankfort, Kentucky. Call your cable company today or make the drive to see it live.